Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein here with your Morning Rush. Let's take a look at the stories you guys are clicking on over on NBC29.com. At number 1, Texas medical examiner says airline worker pulled into jet engine died by suicide. At number 2, a mom dies after stepping on a fire ant, family says. And at number 3, Jerome sharing his basketball skills to kids at Albemarle High School. We'll get to that story in just a moment. But first this morning, a final goodbye to a fallen officer in Augusta County yesterday. Chris Wagner was remembered as an incredible person by the chief of the Wintergreen Police Department, which he was a member of since 2020. Governor Glenn Youngkin spoke at Wagner's memorial service, saying the call to serve and protect requires an immense spirit like Wagner had. The 31-year-old was from Stewart's Draft, and he was killed earlier this month while on duty. He is survived by his parents, step-parents, 3 brothers, and a sister. Waynesboro City Council could soon be taking action to clear out a property that's been at the center of some controversy. A business owner has requested to close and vacate certain portions of Ohio Street and North Augusta Avenue to prevent trash dumping and homeless encampments. According to documents, the applicant wants to build a fence around the perimeter of the less than an acre piece of land. Last night, City Council voted unanimously to appoint people to assess the land and report back to Council at a later date. Come Saturday, July 1st, bills passed by the General Assembly earlier this year could soon have an impact on your day-to-day life. Starting this Saturday, you'll have to switch lanes if you see a vehicle pulled over with flashing lights, not just the red and the blue lights like on police cars and ambulances, but also yellow flashing lights. Other things you may notice: blue headlights will be prohibited along with deceptive ticket sales, and starting this weekend, it will be a felony to sell or purchase a catalytic converter that has been detached from a vehicle. And finally this morning in the local beat, Jerome is back in town. The UVA national champion and NBA guard is hosting his 3rd basketball camp for kids at Albemarle High. He's offering advice from his time on the court. Jerome says Charlottesville has become a home away from home for him. I don't even know if he's in this video or not, but I promise you he's definitely there. In Albemarle. I haven't seen him yet, though.
Yeah, I didn't see him in that earlier, but we did interview him.
We did interview him. You can catch his interview over on NBC29.com,
yeah.
But yeah.
It's nice to see his face, though, you know?
Yeah.
Back here in Charlottesville.
Back here in Charlottesville.
Nice to have him back. So,
yeah,
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about work and what workers, employees really want or care about in the workplace. So this new poll here kind of breaks it down. So the desire to work outside of the office, you know, that's kind of a working remote is kind of a big topic these days. So with about 7 in 10 saying they would choose to work from home all of the time, so about 37% of people polled, and then most of the time 35%. I personally like getting out of the house away from my screaming children.
You know,
I call it my sanity.
It does sound very
like
attractive to work from home and not have to leave, but at the same time, I feel like after like a week or so, I'm like, okay,
it's time.
I need to get out.
Yeah.
I need to get back to work, and you know, just a change of environment.
Yeah, and be around other people.
Yeah.
I'm that way. I like to get out of the house.
Yeah.
So, but still, a lot of people want to work from home. So they also ranked what other factors. So this is kind of the breakdown from importance. So how much you're paid, you know, was very top of the list, really.
Of course,
makes sense. Having a good boss or manager, again, that's huge. Health benefits, retirement benefits, amount of vacation, friendliness of coworkers, opportunities for promotion or advancement. Then your work helps people. If your work helps, you know, people or society, and then mental health benefits, ability to work from home remotely, and then perks such as free gym membership, lunches, that sort of thing. But I do think, like, yeah, I mean, friendliness of coworkers is kind of a big thing for me. There's nothing worse when you have like a bad egg.
A bad egg.
It just kind of ruins the whole mood.
Ruins the mood for everybody. Like, yeah, it just takes one.
That's like miserable. You
one
don't want to
person.
Be around
Yeah,
it really
kind of spreads.
One person. But anyway, and then fewer Gen Z workers prioritize the ability to work from home. 29% say it is extremely important. And then also, again, having a good manager is really important, 89%.
That surprised me about Gen Z. You'd think they'd be the ones that want to work from home.
I thought so too. I thought they were the ones. But only 29%. So
interesting.
Yeah. So, okay, moving on. So Do you have a landline?
I do not. I've never had a landline.
Oh my gosh, you've never had one. But
I did
growing up, you did.
when I was growing up, of course, yeah, I did. But
Yeah.
by myself, no, I've never had one.
I had one decades ago,
Yeah.
I think out of college, and then with the advent of like the cell phones, I have not had one. I wish I did though sometimes.
Do you?
Especially like because my phone dies.
Yeah.
And then you got to recharge it, and then, or if I want to, get a hold of the kids.
Yeah.
And they're not on their their cell phones aren't nearby. It would be nice to have a landline. I could call the house,
That's
and
true,
they'll,
yeah.
you'll hear that ringing. So I know David Rogers said that he's old school. He will have a landline all the time. But apparently, almost a third of Americans, they still have a landline. So
3 out of 4 Americans.
Yeah.
Still. That surprises me, honestly.
I know.
mean,
I thought it. Yeah.
But I mean, my mom still has a landline. My grandma.
Right.
So
So does my mom. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're out there. I'm sure somebody watching has a landline, thinking, "Why do these people not have landlines?"
Well,
But-
it's funny. I was with the kids once, and we were going through a small town, and there was a payphone. And I said, "Kids, do you know what that is?" They're like, "What is it?"
What is it?
We literally got out of the car, and I showed them.
Really?
Yes, that was
Yeah,
a
you
whole
never
nother-
see those
And they
anymore.
you put a quarter in there, and you can call someone. I said, "You used to."
Yeah.
Anyway, times have changed. All right, so this is wanted to end on this. This is an 11-month-old baby. His dad had a beard, right?
Yeah.
And then shaved it, and this is the reveal. Look at the baby's face. Like who is
that?
What happened? It's a big difference.
Yeah.
It's gone. But it oh, and then he starts to cry
Oh,
because he's like, wait a
no.
minute, who are you?
He misses the beard.
Yeah. Let me touch.
He's like, "Is this
So,
really him?"
Daddy? The beard is gone.
Yeah.
But really cute. It's how like babies and they so close to their parents, and then a big difference, not
That-
having a beard. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that totally
So-
changes your face.
Yeah.
So.
So anyway,
Oh, that's cute.
something to smile on a Tuesday.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. A high of 84 today with a chance of some showers and storms. We're not expecting the strong storms that we saw yesterday, so that's good news for our Tuesday. And then tomorrow, a high of 87. It's going to warm up by the end of the week to a high of 90 on Friday and 91 on Saturday. So definitely warming up. It's about around that time of year for the start of the next month, July. That's coming up this Saturday. We're in the last few days of June. Thank you guys for joining us this morning on the Morning Rush. We will see you again on NBC29 News at noon. And of course, you can always catch us live on NBC29.com.